Furthermore, the Tanakh testifies that the Messiah's death happened at the very time that it was said to happen in Daniel 9:24 through 25. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks. Okay, that's seven weeks of years that it took to rebuild Jerusalem and the temple. And 62 weeks. So we're talking about another period of time after that. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince shall come, and talking about the other prince, the Antichrist, people of the devil, shall come, shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. Reviewing the Messianic timeline for the last couple of weeks, just real quick. There were 7 weeks of years, 49 years from the issue of the decree on March 14th, 445 BC, recorded in Nehemiah 2, to rebuild the temple and the city, and then a second period of 62 weeks of years, which is 434 years, for a total of 69 weeks of years. These 483 years on a 360-year calendar is 173,880 days. When you look at the calendar, you consider all the changes to the calendar, the leap years, etc. What that brings you to is the exact day Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. Okay, so that time when that day that Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey was the very last day. Okay, so what happens here? We see here, after the second period of 62 weeks of years, meaning the sum total of 69 weeks of years has been completed, the Messiah would be cut off. That means he would die, but not for himself. So as Daniel 9:24 through 25 prophesied, the Messiah was cut off between the end of the 69 weeks of years and the destruction of the temple and the city, which happened in AD 70. Jesus rode into town on a donkey again, exactly at the end of that 69 weeks of years. Okay? And he was cut off a week after that 69 weeks of years ended. Just as Daniel 9 prophesied. Jesus as Messiah was killed, was put on the cross after the end of the 69 weeks of years. And decades before the Jerusalem temple and the city was destroyed. Daniel 9:20, it should be 25 and 26. Sorry about that. I accidentally put 24 and 25. Daniel 9:25 and 26 has been fulfilled. The Tanakh testifies that the Messiah would lose his life. Again, cut off means he would lose his life, but not for himself. The Messiah would die for sin. We see this in Daniel 9:26 as well, as his cutting off. Again, not for himself. And then we look at Isaiah 53, 5 through 12, and every verse mentions that the Messiah would die for sin. Verse 5, he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. Verse 6, all we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him, referring to the Messiah, the iniquity of us all. Isaiah 53:7. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter. Isaiah 53:8. He was cut off out of the land of the living. Shows you right there what cut off means. It's the same word, it's the same idea as it is in Daniel. Cut off from the land of the living, for the transgression of my people was he stricken. Verse 9, and he made his grave with the wicked, and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit found in his mouth. He made his grave with the wicked. Isaiah 53:10, yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin. He died. That's what that means. Isaiah 53:11, for he shall bear their iniquities. Isaiah 53:12, he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he bare the sin of many. Isaiah 53 was fulfilled by the Messiah. Jesus, he was the complete culmination of this. They're looking, hey, in the future there's going to be this Messiah who's going to take away your sin. And here it is. Here's Jesus. Hebrews 9:26 says, now once in the end of the world hath he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. John 10, verse 11 and 15. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Continue skipping down to verse 15. As the Father knoweth me, even so now I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep.